Come back from 10 scale racing yesterday and we got some snow. So it's good to see the snow here. It's a bright sunny day. Talking a little funny, just got back from the dentist. Upper lip area is a little numb, but have the week off, so I'm just gonna just show this purple-headed, I guess, .25 that came out of the Saveage. It's kind of dirty. I do have some questions about it, so let's just get it cleaned up right now. Sometimes I don't think these GoPro cameras really focus when I hold stuff close. I've noticed that in my other videos. There is one specific thing I'll show you guys here, but before we talk about this engine, I'm just going to show how I clean the outside of engines. Let's take the simple green. I can get it in a steady stream here, just like that. So we'll just take simple green. It's pretty cold today. It's like 20 degrees out here. Just kind of attack it with the simple green. Just try to get some of this dirt and stuff off. This is just to, clean the exterior. I have the carb, the fuel inlet, and the manifold all blocked off there. So, nothing too exciting here. Just had a good weekend carpet racing. It's my first time I spent all weekend doing it. Fucking simple green all over my deck. It don't matter. I restain my deck every year. So, all right. And then I take alcohol because it dries fast. Spray it down with alcohol. I'll probably do this for some of the other parts in the Saveage in there. Just clean them off and stuff, but this is the beginning of a pack up. I have to be packed up for a 3-day race in a few days, so I'm just going to concentrate on this engine today. Alright, so I'm going to go inside and use my air compressor and just blow this off. Compressor rumbling right now. The last thing I like to do is just hit it with silicone spray. It just kind of lubricates all the metal. Okay, and then I'm happy with that. That's a good exterior clean for engines. So that just took a couple minutes. So let's go inside now and talk about this HPI purple-headed .25, I think it is. All right. Wow, what to mess with. What to mess with, man. Unreal. Some bearings, a new pipe. I got to do a lot of work in about 3 days. Leave on Thursday. So, we'll fire up this Rebo. We'll do that in a second. So as opposed to the Saveage, which I took apart, it was a trip that they call like what we would think the side rails, the chassis, but it's like a, get this over here, I guess. I mean, this is considered the truck's chassis right here, if I'm not mistaken. These like rails, that hold everything together. So these really aren't too bad. They don't look bent, so that's a plus. Everything, you know, came apart pretty easily. So our transmission plate area, it's a little dirty. Radio box, which I can't find a lid for, so I'll have to figure something out there. I'm sure it'll be fine though. And then just, you know, the other parts, I took the truck apart. It came apart pretty easily, and I'm happy about that. I'll be able to get it back together. Before I talk about this, I got some other shit going on, you guys. I'm real happy. I brought back my first award for RC racing. Yeah, novice. I went over to Northwest Hobbies with Evan with the intention of stomping novice. I knew I could do it. I knew I could at least get in the top 3 if there was a novice class. However, I was the only one there that showed up to run novice. So I ran in an upper group in 21.5. I ran this TLR with a 17.5 motor. 17.5 is an even upper class, faster electric class in 10 scale carpet. That's what we usually practice in, is in 17.5 platforms, or, you know, motors rather. So they let me run my 17.5 with the 21.5 group, which is all rippers, you know. It was all rippers. There wasn't a single beginner there. So they put me in that class with the 17.5, and so by default, I got this award. But really, I mean, I didn't get first place in shit because my group just wasn't there. But they had to give me the award, and when you get something, it makes you just want to come back. It's killer. It's my first award for RC racing, of just being fucking committed to this and going and going and going. It's almost like an award for just tenacity. Fucking tenacity. Just keeping coming back, keeping coming back, keeping coming back, doing what you got to do to open those doors. I know who everybody is there, and you know, my dude Evan that I ride with, that I do this, he knows everybody there. We study the people, the gear, the place, everything, and it helps us out. I mean, knowing every little damn thing about it just really helps you out in a race program. So in a way, even though I wasn't grouped up and I didn't officially get first place, if there was a novice group, I'm pretty sure I would have got one of those. I worked really hard to just get on a 10 scale program. I'd like this to be my first and last novice plaque. From here on in, I'll put a 21.5 motor, I think, in this X-Ray, and I'll just run 21.5. That's kind of like the sportsman up from novice, and that's our plan. You know, we talked about it and put the 21.5 motor in that, so I can always just be not running novice. I'm too fucking into RC to run, I think, in novice classes. Really, I go to 8 scale races and that. So that's my first award, though. I'm really happy about it. I ran the TLR car, which to me floats like butter in the air. It's an awesome platform. Okay, that's that. I just got back from doing that, and I'm really happy. We've been going there for a couple years now, and Evan was close to bringing back a plaque himself in 21.5. He fucking throws down and works really hard on setup, especially. Dudes come to him and they chop it up about setup, and it's impressive how much knowledge is in this place over there. It's really cool to be around. So, okay, 10 scale. We got the Revo. We got my my MP10 race buggy that I'm working on. This is a Works B5. I'm going to get the idle gap set in that. I'm going to bring 3 engines up to my arena race. I got to work on that today. I have the whole week off. I'm real happy. We got some Bones Brew down here. I'm going to try running 3010 Bones. Came highly recommended. Believe we have a good half caster, half synthetic oil package in there that sounds good to me. Okay, so now let's get down to this. Let's get down to it. My questions are pretty basic. I'll just stand over here, kneel rather. So I was under the impression with motors that have one-way bearings, which this is a roto start. I've never taken apart a one-way bearing motor before, engine. But I can spin this flywheel both ways. So there's not a lot of compression in here either. I would say on a compressionometer it's about half compared to like all my other engines that I do this with. So the compression in this engine is not that good. I would run it. I mean, why not? If it'll fire, just, you know, run it. I know there are options for the Saveage that eventually I'll step to so I can run it. Oh, one more thing. I'm going to try to get this Bronco body on there. I'm going to, when I put it back together, I'm going to make sure that the posts can go high enough. And if they can, I'm going to do an insane Bronco body and just make this thing look super cool. So, stoked about that. We got a body, a 73 Ford Bronco for, it says scale crawlers, 305 millimeter wheelbase. So hopefully this will fit on the Saveage. Maybe I could throw, if it, I don't know, if it doesn't, maybe I could throw some extenders and make it fit on the Revo. I'm sure I could do something with it. So I can spin the flywheel both ways. So my main question at this time to my Nitro Gang detectives and crew and all is my one-way bearing toasted? So at this point with the engine being out, I might as well just get in there and check the one-way bearing. It seems to be, you know, like, I mean, if it's toasted out, then out comes the engine. You won't be able to start the damn thing, right? Right? So, yeah, I can spin the flywheel both directions. So, what other questions do I have about this engine? I can't think of any right now. It came with the Roto Start drilling apparatus. I've never used one of those, but I'm sure it'll be fine. But just want to make sure that this thing's worth like putting back in, and or locating a specific one-way bearing. Does this HPI engine take a proprietary one-way bearing, or are those things, you know, across the board, a one bearing fits multiple? So for my Nitro Gang detectives out there, yeah, man, I would, I'm just looking for some feedback on that, most definitely. Let's see, let's pull the carb slide, and that feels fine. So look how far down this high-speed needle is. If I hold that there a second, maybe it'll come into focus. I mean, that damn high speed is a good, it's so far down there, it almost looks like it's closed completely. Anyway, so okay, I guess I can't really think of anything else right now. Well, hell, that's the question about that. Let's move on to the fun, shall we? Let's go just right here. All right. Hello, Revo Vision. Revo Vision. Sounds like something from cable TV from the 80s. Revo Vision. All right. So, man, I got a little bit of gas in there from last time. I can't do that. My lips are numb from the dentist. Sideways. Oh, God, I can't do it, dude. I can't do it. I can't clamp down on that with my mouth. My upper mouth is numb from the dentist. Let's just see what the hell we get. What are we going to get? What's going to happen? So these TLR glow igniters are pretty good. Sometimes they're a bit fiddly to get on. What do you think about that? I gotta work in this room for a long time, so I can't smoke it out right now. So the Revo is all there, man. So unlike the Savage, I don't think I'm gonna do the same thing with the Revo. This just seems to be a different kind of style platform. One that's not really meant for de-racking like this. So, and I noticed that when I picked up the Slayer. So, I mean, when I run the monster trucks, I like to think that I'm just not going to get the platform really caked over here. Look how these guys ran this thing, man. They didn't run it with bodies. They sawed down the body posts and everything. So maybe I could get some longer posts to fit a real fresh body on there. But this stuff should be pretty easy to find. I mean, anything on this should be, look at that, sawed down. Look at that thin. Mushed down. But I mean, everything looks like it's all there, so the Revo should be good to go. All right, you guys, that's about it. I just have to spend the next few days just getting ready for an arena race, a wintertime arena jam. I haven't tried an arena jam yet, and I happen to have the week off and I can make it, so I'm going to try to go up there and have some fun. So, yeah, man, we got preparing for racing, and we also got some exciting detective work to do on these monster trucks, which is super fun. When I get back from that race, the next race doesn't happen until May. That'll be my first outdoor race that I'll go to, so I'll have plenty of time to kick back, get the Savage back together, get the rest of my stuff back together, and man, I gotta get on it right now, y'all. It's fun making these videos, man, but I gotta get back over there and get one of these in my hand and do you know what. W to the R to the E to the N to the C to the H. So, Racer Eddie. All right. So I'll put this in the chopper right now. I won't have to edit nothing. Just try to get this up there so I can at least have a case out there in the open court for my my delegates, my detectives to decide over and help me with and everything. So while I'm at it, the T-Max over here looks great. I mean, it looks, yeah, we haven't taken a close look at this yet at all, man. Any replacements for this, like, you know, the axles right here should be easy to get. I mean, there it is, but we have that, and I already see a ton of shit down in there. So I could get a replacement glow plug and just clean out the engine. You know, if it's, I mean, that's easy to take engines out, you know, I mean, it should be, and just look in there, make sure there's no debris down there. So, all right, easy start wire looks to be in pretty good shape. So I have no reason to believe that if the engine's clean, that wouldn't fire right up as well. So I'm really starting to see what I got for a couple $100 with these trucks. I mean, I got the whole fleet. I got all, you know, a good amount of nitro monster truck gear that I'm actually really excited about, man. It seems like a fun deal. But okay, my name's Craig, High Desert Agro RC, and I guess that's about it, you guys. Have a good day. Thank you.